Welcome to Herschy and the Keegs Show, starring pitcher Mark Hirschman and his personal catcher, Mike Keegan. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. live from the Governor's Comedy Club radio studio. Thanks so much for listening.
Oh, well, hello, everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's 9 p.m. We're back to our regular night, regular time. It's the Herschy and the Keegs Show. It's that show that's going to bust your gut and blow your nut. Make some noise. Guys, thanks for
everybody
tuning in.
out there. Make some noise
at your house while everyone's sleeping.
Why would we want our nut busted, though?
I mean, it's the best.
Yeah.
Why would you not?
All right, fair enough.
You know, all the kids at home.
They like to nut their bust.
Yeah, they
their
do
nut.
like to bust.
Yeah.
Hey, it's going to be a fun night.
It's going to be a fun night. We have.
We're all in rare form.
We are. We're excited. We have a guest that we have not on yet. It came pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Like.
You know about that.
Hey-o.
Who Mike did? Or?
What happened was
Carla.
There was some schedule change last minute, and we were thinking about going without a guest today. And I reached out to this guy, and I have to tell you, the great Pat Marone is here. Pat Marone, who is a TV actor, movie actor, comedian, chef, so many other impersonator, and he was very humbled by the invitation to the point where he wrote back something to the effect of, "I'm not sure if you have the right guy, but I would love to be on the show."
That's true.
I
thought maybe you texted the wrong people. You know that.
Well,
I said he's asking me.
Listen,
Pat, it's Pat Marone, right?
I mean, you guys said Frank the Tank on here, right?
No, you know what it was?
It's the natural progression.
Here's the
Tank,
thing.
Pat Marone.
The show has been growing. We've actually been getting some big guests, as you know, some pretty high-profile
Go by
guests.
weight?
No, high-profile guests, like as far as fame-wise, and it got a little confusing, and I sent the text to Pat Marone. I thought it was Pat Mahomes, though.
Pat Mahomes. I'm like, he's like, Mark goes, he said yes. I'm like, Pat Mahomes said yes? Wasn't he just at the Tom Brady roast?
No, you know what it was, though? But I thought it was Pat Mahomes, the father, who was of Pat Mahomes.
I thought it was Ray Barone from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Hey, Ray.
We have this guy here. You're from Long Island? Or you're
from Long Island.
Okay, all right.
You thought it was Brad Garrett coming on?
Now, what's your full name? Who are you?
So we have, listen, Mikey and I said this from the beginning. We were going to have people, obviously we have high profile guests on. We have not as high profile, but I will tell you that Pat Marone has been in, let's just go through the checklist here.
Yep.
He has been in America's Funniest Videos, correct?
Correct.
Several
He
times.
has been in
four times American.
Not counting.
Bronx Tale?
Bronx Tale, yes.
What was the other mob
Analyze
movie?
That.
Analyze That with Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
He
was not in Analyze This, though.
Not Analyze This, Analyze That. You were in, not that long ago, you were in a cooking show that you were, was that the past 2 years?
Supermarket
Stakeout, yeah.
Supermarket Stakeout.
You're like Mark Pryor. He says the same thing. Mark Pryor has the best intros going. He gives you, you don't even know what he's saying. But yeah.
No.
Supermarket Stakeout on a Food Network.
Supermarket Stakeout's a great show, and I was very excited. Pat, when you were on it, you had Bell's palsy at the time.
I know. I looked like Mary Jo Buttafuoco. I was talking out of the side of my mouth.
You know what? I have to tell you, you were terrific on that show, and it was a little horrifying to watch you look like you just took one for Amy Jo Fisher in the chin.
Yeah.
But you plowed through. I guess the producers didn't care that you looked like...
No, they didn't
like
care.
John Merrick.
No. It was a crazy week before I went on there because the week before I get the Bell's palsy, the night before I'm going, my girlfriend buys me a sandwich at a bakery, St. Rocco's, and shouldn't say names anyway, but it was a chicken.
Girlfriend? What's her name?
No, I'm talking about St.
Mary Lou.
Rocco. His girlfriend's name is Rocco.
Mary Lou. You know who she is.
It's a church, St. Rocco.
Yeah.
But anyway, but I had and I chipped the front of my tooth.
Yeah.
And I said, what's going to happen next? The plane's going to go down? I mean, and then I went out there and then I did it. But
well, you were phenomenal because Pat is a chef. He's a phenomenal chef.
Right. A well-renowned chef. Who... Again, so many talents here from the...
and master of none.
Well, he's a renaissance man of sorts.
Hold on a second. I want to talk about one of the most I would say viral things that had happened to you. Pat has put over the years cooking videos, and I believe this one particular one, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a couple of years since I've seen it, but it was you and some of your buddies, your golf buddies, and it was like Pat making Sunday sauce, I believe it was.
Yeah,
Is that
Sunday
correct?
sauce video, yeah.
And
Let's get cooking.
Yeah,
I can never get that song.
My friend Steve wrote that song in like a day.
Every time I watch that video, I have that song in my head. For
Well, he's going to
8
get to
days.
the next part, and I'm going to tell you what happens with the song.
So it was phenomenal, and then within maybe I don't know how long after Pat put that up on the internet, but potentially the biggest comedian in the country, Bill Burr, on his podcast started talking about Pat and his video about making sauce, and it was
Unbelievable because I'm getting these comments on YouTube. I'm going, Bill Burr sent us here. Get out of here.
Somebody's messing with you.
And then I find on Reddit or Reddit, whatever they call it, that Bill Burr sent to see it for the sauce, and everybody's watching it. And I'm like, oh my God. And then in the beginning of the thing, when he talks about the whole thing for like 4 or 5 minutes. You heard it.
Yeah.
And he rips my friend's song. So now I want to tell him that Bill Burr's on there. And he's ripping. But that song was made in like one day. My friend is a real good songwriter, Steve Alahovic.
I love that song.
And he wrote it, but it's, he's a comedian. He has to say something. But it was so cool because you could tell he watched the whole video. He was naming everything that happened, and it was really good.
So what he was doing was I don't know. He wasn't it wasn't poking fun. He was just like, he thought it was so cool that a bunch of Italian guys were just, cooking sauce on a Sunday. And he thought it was so authentic and
with
real.
The corny jokes.
Yeah.
That Ralphie was doing.
Yeah. But he definitely liked it. Like, it wasn't like he was ripping it. He liked
wanted
it.
to have it after he must have been on a diet or something. I tweeted him.
Yeah.
And I offered to make him sauce, but he never got back to me.
So one thing I can... Oh.
Yeah.
This is the song.
Are there any words to it?
There are. It kicks in just a second.
Half hour?
It's just killing time. We don't have much to
I'm
talk
walking through the supermarket right
Nice
now.
production.
Pat's driving up to the supermarket. The song starts playing.
Nice production, Mikey.
Thank you.
Yeah, but it's good.
Here we go.
Honey.
Let's have some fun tonight.
Ooh. Is that Johnny Mathis?
Turn up the flame. Yeah, let's do this right. On the simmer.
Whose voice is that?
Steve
My friend
Alahovic.
Steve Alahovic. He played football for Penn State.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
There'll be no
He sings like a football player.
No, he played for Paterno. He was a linebacker. He made him a center, and then he got hurt, and he went into songwriting.
Fantastic.
I love the song.
Oh, yeah, baby, it's
So
gonna
the video is called Sunday Sauce Recipe by Chef Pat Marone. And listen to the whole song. We're not gonna make you listen
Just
to
go
it now.
let's do the whole show with it.
Do the whole song. It's a great song.
Yeah.
Let's get cooking. But
So
how cool was that though? That must have been the coolest.
Oh,
thing.
and I love Bill Burr.
Now did he respond to you when you messaged him?
No.
Yeah.
He probably thought he didn't know about, that I was the real guy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
like I'm special. he didn't know it was me. That's not the real guy.
I'm going to tell you, and I don't know if you've tried this, but there's definitely a way to get message to him, by the way, because there's a New York comic who you probably have worked with, Vinnie Marks.
Oh yeah.
Have you worked with
Oh
Vinnie
yeah,
Marks before?
Vinnie Marks. Yeah, he's good. He just opened for Bill
Vinnie
Burr.
Marks is
Oh, yeah?
very close friends with Bill Burr. Just opened for him at a theater, and there are plenty of people that deal with Vinnie Marks all the time. You being one of them, I think Walker, Haft, those guys deal with Vinnie Marks.
That's true. You should have
So-
Vinnie
and
Marks.
And he was doing shows in the city when what was that show that they have on HBO with all the comics? He was on that one time. I said
Yeah,
he was in the
Crashing
neighborhood.
or
Yeah,
something.
Crashing.
Oh, yeah,
He was in
yeah.
the neighborhood and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
can-
but
we
it's
can
too
get
late
one
now.
from-
It's a while ago we did that.
It's never too late.
No, and then it'll come back to the show.
Yeah.
We'll all get you on here. it'll be
You'll get Bill Burr on our show.
it'll be terrific.
Well, that would be a nice thing to get Bill Burr on your show. That would
Exactly
be real nice.
right.
Can you bring him on more often? The Mets are now winning 5-3.
Yes. Wow. Pat Marone's a good luck charm.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Did Alonso break out and get a hit?
No.
Actually, yes. He's
Did
the
he
one-
really?
He's the one that he just RBI'd. I believe was he broke the tie.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's gonna shave his beard now.
Thank you, Minko.
No, he saved last night after he got benched.
Thanks, Mink. So tell us the order. So you were originally you were in Bronx Tale, and then you were analyze that was
No, it was
first.
Bronx Tale. I'll tell you a quick story. It's a long story, but I'll tell it quick. My friend found out that they were casting for a Bronx Tale in the city. I didn't know. I was a chef. I work in it was a good friend of mine. We're not really friends anymore, but he said, "You want to take a ride with me to doing casting for a Bronx Tale?" Our friend Fat Freddy, who played Jojo the Whale, was on it. So I said, "All right, I'll take a ride with you." So we go there. We go there to Tribeca, and we go to the front, and he not going by the door. The woman says, "What are you here for?" He said, "I'm here to see Robert De Niro. I want a part in the movie." She said, "No, casting's over." She said, he's done. He got everybody he wants. So my friend was persistent. He goes, "We're staying here." I said, what are you like? What are you like, Lucille Ball? You're going to climb up in a ladder and go up? And I said, let's get out of here. Let's go get something to eat.
And that's where they got the line, "Now you can't leave."
Now you can't leave. That's right.
Because he said, "Now we won't leave." And Chaz Palminteri is like, "Now you can't leave."
Right.
How about that?
That was it.
But so he wants to wait there. I said, "Are you nuts?" So, all the bikers were out there, Chuck Zito's guys. And long story short, De Niro comes walking out. I go, "Oh, shit, there he is." So he runs over to him. He said, Mr. De Niro, I'm not another. I just want a part in your movie." And he starts smiling at him. He goes, "All right." He calls Sue Fiore over to talk to him. And, and all of a sudden, Sue Fiore goes, and he's going to walk in the van. Now I'm on a sidewalk. I'm not going down there for an actor. I'm just walking in the street like this. De Niro gets to go in the van. As he's getting in the van, he looks at me. He starts pointing to me. I go, "I become an actor." I go, You talking to me?
You took. He goes. So you took his line and you threw it right back at
him. And he goes. He starts laughing. He goes, "Yeah, you." I'm like, "Oh shit, he is talking to me." So now I go over to my friend, and De Niro calls the woman Sue Fiore over. She comes back. She goes, "You with him?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Make sure you call this number at 4:00. She says, "Bob wants to talk to you." I go, "Really?" I said, "Oh shit." So I'm sorry, cursed.
No, you can do that. You can do that.
So at 4:00 we went there, and we went in his office for an interview, and he wanted me and the guy Pete that I was with to go together in there. And first Joe Reedy, the guy, the guy that was caught cheating in the casino.
Yeah, of course.
Joe Reedy, he was one of the directors too. He said, "No, wait outside." So Pete's in there mingling with them, and the guy goes, De Niro goes, "Where's your friend?" He was interested in meeting me, so I walk in. And I walked in like Ralph Cramden. I'm going, humming. I'm walking in like really like this, right? And he drops back. He laughs. He goes to me one of those De Niro looks. He goes, "What's he matter? You in shock?" I go, "Yeah, I'm in shock. I'm in the office of one of my favorite actors' office." I said, "This is great." I said, and so he asked me what I do. He said, "Oh, great. I got a couple of restaurants." He says, "All right." And he asked me some other questions. He says, "Give us your number and your social security number. We'll give you a call." So, but he wanted me to play with the young guys. So he didn't realize, and I didn't fit in with the young guys. Crazy Mario.
Oh,
I did a movie. I did a movie with him once. Louis Verniera. Venaria. And he wanted me with Joe D'Onofrio and all those guys, but I was too old for that and too young. And then I was trying to get in with.
Could have been in that car.
Yeah, it would have been a great thing, because that's what the girl said. She goes, "You're going to be with the young wise guys." I said, "I thought I was going to be with the other guys." I said to myself, I didn't say it to her, but. It was cool. I worked 10 days on there, and it was just great meeting De Niro, and he was very nice to us. And Chaz Palminteri is one of the greatest guys in the world.
Yeah.
He used to have coffee with us in the morning. And
that's great.
So cool. Is it true that you almost landed the position of Calogero? Is that right?
No.
Young Calogero.
No. But Calogero was a nice guy, both of them. The kid was a cute kid.
Yeah.
But the kid that got in trouble.
Yes.
Great guy. But he was a little messed up.
Yeah.
And Chaz used to yell at him in the morning because he used to say, when I get on, what's his name?
Kevin Spacey?
No, the TV show.
Regis Philbin?
No. Arsenio Hall. When I get on Arsenio Hall show, he goes, and Chaz goes, "Did you fuck this thing up?" He said, "I'm going to kill you." But that's the type
he wasn't
of guy.
an actor, though, originally, was he?
No, they found him out of Jones Beach coming out of the water. He did De Niro impersonations.
Yep.
Wow.
But he looked like a young Robert De Niro.
I know he messed up but he was a good kid.
Yeah.
Aside from the murder, it was not a big deal.
Aside from murdering a cop.
No, but he didn't. He was
murdered him.
But he got hooked up in drugs.
He was
Hey,
with bad
listen, he
people.
cleaned
He was
himself
with
up,
bad
and he's a
people.
good guy
He
now.
didn't murder anyone, but he was involved with some bad dudes.
No, I'm not condoning.
We all make
we
mistakes.
Yeah, you a lot.
Yeah.
You a lot. Okay,
so I did that, and then I was always a chef my whole life, and then about 10 years later, I got a call from a friend of mine, Frankie Savario's to play Goodfellas. He played Frankie Carbone, his brother, Gaetano. He called us up. He said, "You guys want to be in Analyze That? Do a scene in the Exit, the club Exit?" I said, "Yeah, sure." We went down there, and We were down there with what's his name? The guy that died. He was a great guy.
Oh,
He did Ghostbusters and
he was
everything.
in. The guy that played Jelly.
Harold Ramis.
Oh, Harold
I
Ramis.
never got a picture.
Oh.
Of that guy was so nice. He invited us to eat dinner with his family. I was sitting at the
Are
table.
you kidding? I loved Harold
Really?
Ramis. He was in
best.
Stripes, Ghostbusters.
I was with my friend
Right.
on the set, and I started. He goes, "How you guys doing?" I said, "How do you like my walking?" Because we were doing a scene. I said, "Maybe you could do Stripes 3." You know, Bill Murray goes to the Middle East. My friend's going, "Will you shut up?" He goes, "You know, I was thinking of that." I said, "No, you want me to shut up?" I said, "Don't."
Man.
But what a great guy, and I never got.
I
a
heard he
picture
was
with him.
great. He was in that movie also with Orange County with Jack Black when
That was a good film,
Yeah.
Orange County.
Harold Ramis.
And then you
was the
had
best.
Billy Crystal, who you guys are Yankee fans.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So I go to Billy. I said, "Can I get a picture with you?" He goes, because he kept looking at me the whole time we worked on the set. He bumped into me in the scene. He goes, you know, you look like Mike Piazza. I go, "Oh shit! I was going to ask you for a picture, and now you're a Yankee fan." He goes, "No, I'll take a picture with you." And I told him I love 61. He did a great job in that.
61 was
And I was going to the Yankee game that Sunday. I said, "You going there?" He goes, "Yeah." And I met him and Robin Williams at the Yankee
at the
game.
game. Oh my god, that's
But
awesome.
not to hang out with him. I
Yeah.
actually went, they were together.
How
This
cool
is
is
really
that?
this is
somebody. Now I'm like starstruck sitting next
Oh
to
my
Pat.
God!
It was a fun
I can't
time
believe
back then.
Pat Mahomes is so
Pat
impressive.
Mahomes, yeah. I'm not the drunk one.
Pat Mahomes. So at what point because you were also on America? You won? Didn't you win a prize on America's Funniest Videos at one point?
Oh, that's a funny story. So America's Funniest Videos, I did that video in the parking lot, the pig's feet thing.
Yeah.
So it was my friend, and we called the butcher shop. Now, I don't realize that you can't do any stage videos for America's Funniest Home Videos. So I just did that video to get a goof online. And I said, I'll send it to America's Funniest Home. He said, he called me up, they're interested. They said, "The producers love your video. We got to do an interview with you. Call it this hour." So we did a half-hour interview with him. I tell him how the video originated and how everything happened. And they tell me, "All right, we'll get back to you." They call back an hour. He says, "Oh my God." He says, "I got good news and I got bad news."
Oh, tell us
He
the bad
says,
news
"The
first.
bad news is we can't. You're not eligible for the prize, the $10,000 prize, because it's staged. The good news is the producers love you and they want to buy your video from you."
Oh shit.
So I said, "How much?" And they gave me $500 for the video. I said, "You know what? It was an iPhone video. I'll take it." I was like,
$500
Yeah,
bucks.
absolutely.
So I got the money. Now, when they do that video on there, if anybody ever watched the video, I didn't know what was going to happen next. I just did the scene with the prank phone call and all that stuff. So now I go to watch that thing when it goes on. It was right after Hurricane Sandy. And I'm watching the video, and you see all the
Was
things.
it with the toilet bowl?
Yeah.
That one? Okay.
I didn't do all that.
Oh,
So they bought it because they wanted to do that. They loved my laugh. So now I'm watching this. I'm watching this thing.
Yeah.
And I'm just, all right, it's over. And they go, "No, we love this guy so much." And he goes, "We're not really Tom Bergeron. We do to get the last laughs over and over." And I'm saying, what are they doing?
They made a little character out of you.
And I had stomach pains. People
Yeah.
calling me up. I didn't expect that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So they said, "Keep sending stuff." The
I
next
thought
week
you
I
did
send
that.
I prank call my mother's boss, and that wasn't staged. The
Yeah.
podiatrist. And they leave out the part at the end after I said it's me. He goes, "Jerk off." They left that out. And there's the podiatrist doing this. They
Yeah.
played it the following week. I made it on. Tom Bergeron's texting me, "Yeah, we just edited your next video, Pat." And I'm like,
It's unbelievable.
so now
Oh my God.
I do a video of that Italian joint, which they did it. They took my copyright, so it must be on. They didn't tell me when it aired. And I did the other one when I was doing Scramble, Scattered, when I was on the golf course.
Okay.
They took all four, and then I sent another one. They didn't take it. So when they didn't take the other one, I gave up. I said, "I don't know."
That's enough. That's great. That's so cool.
What a career.
Yeah.
But there's no career.
Hey, $500 is $500.
Hold on. So at what point did the stand-up, was that years before? Was it years after? When did stand-up get involved?
When I was on a Bronx Tale, we were trying to get waivers to get like this union salaries. This was back in '92. And, my friend, I was working from the restaurant and stuff. He said, "Oh, no, you can't go in this movie. You got to work in a restaurant." He goes, "You're not an actor." I said, "What are you, Clark Gable? All of a sudden you're an actor?
Right,
Now you do
yeah.
the same thing I'm doing."
Yeah.
So we were on the set, and we wanted to get waivers and stuff. And was what was her name? Sylvia Fay, casting. She said, "We can't put it on it now, but," he said, "give me a headshot. You'll be great for a lot of things." Now I didn't send the headshot in because I said I got to work. I got too many bills. I was a gambler back then and stuff.
Yeah.
I said I ain't got time to work for peanuts, So I never sent it. And later on in life, I started doing it again, like maybe I'll say 20, 30 years. 20 years after that, because I was young back then. No, maybe 20. So when I did the comedy, I was doing cooking demos and live at libraries and stuff. I came to Governor's one night. I could say Governor's because this is Governor's radio. Came to
So you
Governor's
could
one
say
night.
anything.
Well,
This is not witness protection. he thinks he's Jimmy Hoffa. You can say whatever the fuck. Because you're
Well, some
dressed
people
like
caught
him.
shows and you can't say this, you can't say that.
We have Henry Hill here with us today.
So
say whatever you want.
So I came. I went to see a Vic DiPotetto show.
Oh, you can't mention
Okay.
his name on here.
No, I'm sorry. That was
You probably can, but I did see his show anyway.
So how many years?
And
was
I
that?
saw
How
the
many years
sign.
ago
I
was that?
saw the sign that says "Stand-up comedy class." Take a class that can help your public speaking. And so I said, maybe
That's
this will
right.
help my cooking out. And I always had fun. I was always,
Yeah.
my friend said you should be a comedian. So I said, I'll try it out. But everybody's friend said, something like that. So I came here, I took the class with Truson, and got the but the first night on stage, we had 220 people there. And
So what year was this? You think ballpark?
2014.
Oh wow! So it's only 10 years ago.
2 years after I did it.
Wow.
You know who the show that I went to that I saw that the class happened where I signed up? Pauly Shore. I saw Pauly Shore here, and then I'm like, I could do that.
So Pauly Shore was.
Oh, so you
inspired to
took
do
the
it.
class too, just
I
like
took
that?
it 2 years before you did, and after a Pauly Shore show, and I saw that Truson had the
And you
class.
probably had the same feeling. Once you get up there, it was like a high, like the first
Oh,
220
absolutely.
people. Like,
Like-
you're nervous getting out there. And once you get that first laugh, it's like, oh,
Like you
shit,
said, I
that's
had 250 people out there. 50 of them are my friends and family. I'm like, oh, I'm great at this. Like I literally, after they give you a DVD after your set and your graduation show, and terrible. It's my first time on stage. I thought I was great because I had 50 of my friends and family.
Right.
I sent it to Brad Garrett's comedy club at the MGM. I said, my friend was a poker dealer there. And I said, can you give this to Brad so that I could work at the MGM?
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is after my first
And this,
time on
you got a
stage.
job as a pie guy poker dealer.
Exactly.
Well, you did beat me. You had 50 people. I had 40 people.
All right, see, there you go.
40 people my first show.
Yeah.
People I haven't even seen in years. They came in. I was like surprised after the show. You felt like a celebrity.
Well, I don't want to be that one upper guy, but
Well,
you
listen,
guys-
we
Oh,
know
boy.
you.
Yeah,
Every
we
time
know.
you come here, you got a big following. I know.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't even do a bringer show anymore. I don't think I'd have 5 people.
I get it, yeah.
So you took the class. How many times with Truson's class? One time.
I did it twice because I wanted more stage time. I was addicted.
So you did it back to back, or
No, I wait. Yeah, no, I did do it back to back.
You
Yeah.
did? Wow.
And then then I met Rich Walker. Mm-hmm. We did a show for the veterans, and he says, you should take a class. But I said, all right. And then Rich, how Rich is. He's a great guy, but he's trying to say, I can help you out with a few jokes. I can really make you a better comedian. I mean,
That's
he's
a good
gonna-
Richie
and,
Walker
Yeah.
impression.
I can really do a good job with you, Pat.
Yeah.
All right, Rich.
Yeah.
But when I did a show with Eric Tartaglione, he told me you got to take Walker and Bale's class. So I even told Richie, I said, well, don't worry, Rich, I'll take it because
Tarts took it? Yeah.
Talks told me to take it.
Yeah. It's a commission.
So I took it, and it was a lot of fun. It's a lot different than Truson's
It's
class.
a lot different.
Much
classes,
different.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they fight with Bales and Walker fight with each other and picking jokes.
Yeah.
And Truson doesn't give a shit if you're funny or not.
yeah.
Yeah. They but Bales and Walker are fighting over which bits they're going to take.
Yeah.
From you.
Exactly.
I love them both.
They like
Yeah.
when people stop doing comedy because they're like, we could take those bits back that we wrote.
Yeah, but
So,
Truson was like a nice guy. I got nothing against him. He's very smart. But he was not the friendliest guy.
Hey,
I came in for a show to watch a show. I didn't know he was the maitre d' here. And all of a sudden they go, hey, you remember me? I'm in your class. He goes, yeah. I go, oh. I tell my girlfriend, I said, he loves me, don't he? And he didn't even give me a hello. He didn't shake my hand or nothing. I said, well,
Hey, you get what you see with True. That he's not a bullshit. There's no bullshit about him.
When I took I took Walker's class, it was Walker, Bales, Lazarus, but they also had at the time there was this guy named Tom used to hang out at the show, George Rini, Michelle Durante.
George Rini, yeah.
And it used to be like 6 of them, and they'd be like fighting over like which joke, like helping people write jokes, and I used to crack up just watching them go wild at
we
each
still
other.
till midnight.
Yeah, oh yeah. And it was,
Rini had the best punchlines out of all of them.
yeah.
Probably.
And Bill.
Yeah, listen, it was a great experience. No matter how you
and Lazarus.
no matter how you slice it, it was a great experience taking a comedy class.
But like you said, the difference between once you do that, which is the greatest night at the graduation show, and then you get into like doing open mics locally, like I thought I was the best comic, and then I'm like, I want to keep doing this. Where are the open mics? One of my friends says, "Oh, if you go to a Wild Child Tattoo Shop, on Tuesday nights, Dennis Rooney and Tim Dillon and Canal have a open mic
That
there."
was a great fucking mic, man.
Yeah, it was a great mic, but I went there and I'm expecting to be Eddie Murphy there again, and no.
It's a it hits you. You know, you wake up real quick.
Tough business.
No, but you know what? I always loved the Belmore Bean. That's why I met Les D.
That was
great guy.
That was
a great mic. Yeah,
I loved doing that.
They were brutal, but I loved doing it. You know, you always get
loved it every
sometimes
Monday.
some stragglers come in there and you get a real feedback. But when the comedians, they can give it.
But it was a great hang.
Yeah.
It helped you all. It helped you grow. Helped you be where you are today, next to Mike Keegan and Mark Herschy. and at what point did you start taking the? How you doing? When did you start doing that? Because that's been a big Pat Marone thing.
Oh, you know what? How that came about? I did that my whole life, not thinking it was a joke.
Yeah.
Because that my friend Steve Alhovet, he helped me produce that video.
Yeah.
So he used to always make fun of me. How you doing? I was like, "Hey, how you doing?" And that's what I always said. How you doing? That's just the way we talk. That's the way my father used to say. Hey, you doing? I used to see my father. How you doing? How you doing?
How you
And
doing?
that's the way we talk. So I didn't even make anything of it.
Yeah.
So when we were doing the Sunday Sauce video, Steve says, "Give me a couple of how you doing." I said, "Are you serious?" He goes, "Yeah, we're gonna make this video good." I said, "Are you nuts?" I said, "All right, how you doing?" He goes, "Yeah, give me another how you doing." And he's filming me. He's like, I said, "All right," and I listened to him because he used to be a theater actor. I said, he knows what he's doing, you know. So I said, "All right." You know, so I did it.
Now we're gonna shove the pork in. How you doing?
Now everybody's doing. Now everybody's doing it. But everybody, listen. That's a New York thing. It's not just an Italian thing.
Yeah.
Right.
But then people come up to me and said, "Oh, you're Joey on Friends." I said, "I never watched Friends."
Right,
So maybe
exactly.
Joey
Yeah.
on Friends was me.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
But
right.
you know, but it's that's just a New York thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I knew it's probably a little Italian more than anything else. There's not many Jews out there.
It's a street
How you
New York
doing?
street.
But the right way to do the how you doing is if somebody says how you doing, you don't say, "Hey, I'm doing all right. I got this." No, you just go, "How you doing?" back.
That's it.
It's
How
like
you
saying
doing?
hello. You know, how you doing? How you doing?
I think that I don't think that you've tapped all the resources you can yet becoming a viral. I think you have that. There's something there that you can. There's a market for you out there.
It does have even though the cooking videos, they're well produced, they're funny.
Yeah. What if, like,
the food is great. I'll
hold
tell
on.
you, your stuffing, your cranberry stuffing, I make that every friggin' Thanksgiving. That sausage cranberry stuffing.
Yeah, I know you always posted.
Yeah.
What do you think if Patty just did some short TikTok videos where he's dressed in his fila jumpsuit, you know, and he's doing a little how you doing, and he's making some sauce.
You know, you say that. Even with my comedy, I try to stay away from the Italian stereotype stuff because it's all been done.
It has, but that's
unfortunately that's what hits though.
Just catching
I know,
on
but
with
just
so many people right now.
I know it is, and I'm looking at it, and I'm
Yeah.
laughing. I go, "We did that years ago."
Yeah.
Now a classic one, and I'm not knocking Vic. You know what I'm talking about, but he did. You know that Tony Gaga thing.
Yeah.
We used to hang around in the clubs in the Bronx, and everybody used to tell that joke.
Yeah,
Knock around
yeah,
guys used to say,
yeah.
"Hey, Tony Gaga." That was a
yeah.
joke around.
No,
That's a
yeah.
real joke. He didn't
Right.
make that up.
No.
Exactly.
Not knocking the guy. He didn't make
No,
that
you
up.
take those old
But he
jokes
took
and-
that
and,
thing, $2. He made shirts on it. And
Right. Well, don't forget, the story goes that Monty was doing a bread and milk bit well before. And the bread and milk thing is not like he hit big with the bread and milk, but it wasn't like he created the bread and milk concept.
Everybody, that's what we all joke about.
Yeah.
Oh, we better run to the supermarket.
So
So he
you
just
making
happened to
French
hit.
toast because it's a blizzard. You know that was the old.
And you know what? And I talked to Vic that time when it went viral. I thought he should have went viral on other things he did.
Yeah.
Because I was friendly with him, and I still am. I got nothing against him. But that night that it went viral, he says, "Oh, look at this, Honey Boo Boo went viral." And all my, I said, I'm surprised. This video should have went viral. That video,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden he goes viral that night on the bread and milk. He was going to delete that video.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So it's weird. You never.
I think you need to listen. You not that you are a stereotype, but you're an Italian guy. You dress like an Italian guy. You got the chains. You got the hair slicked back. I think it's time that we just go ahead and put you in plastic covered couches and just fucking go for it. Right? You're a good guy. You deserve good things. Let's go ahead.
Absolutely.
I'm having fun with what I do.
Have fun
Yeah.
with it. The short
I'm having
little
fun.
cooking
Yeah.
things with and a catchphrase here and there. It can catch on.
Tell me and Mike and Tony a little bit about the satisfaction that you get. So in your regular life, you're a chef. You run it's like a
He
geriatric
cooks for
facility in the kitchen.
invalids.
He says I cook for
He
invalids.
cooks
Yeah.
for invalids.
but But
we used to take an improv class together, me and Pat. I'm like, you know what you do? You cook for the invalids, right? He's like, they're not invalids.
No,
they're
they're not
older
invalids.
people that I.
well, some of them are
That was the
invalids.
funniest
But,
thing.
Like, I don't know what you do.
so listen, it's very well known that you're very close with your staff. Your buddy who passed away, you used to make cute videos with. May he rest in peace. But tell me a little bit about the satisfaction that you get when you do comedy shows for these people and you come out and you do some impersonations and things like that. Is that the most satisfying thing out of what you do, out of all the things that you do, watching these old people, 80, 90 years old, laughing when they don't usually do that?
Well, as a chef, you're an entertainer too.
Yeah.
In some ways. So it's very gratifying to put a nice meal out and get, people
Compliments,
enjoy
or
it.
thank
So
you for the
it's
pasta.
the same thing with comedy. I mean, I'm there to entertain. And even at working at the facility, I joke with the residents all the time. So it doesn't even have to do stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's very gratifying.
It does
I mean,
kind of go hand in hand,
yeah,
though.
Yeah, it does feel gratifying. Like we used to do not open mics, but we used to have a happy hour there, and I had a tugboat down there, and I had anybody who wanted to come down there,
Richie
and it was
Walker.
fun, So
But I know the Tuggy still does it. Tugboat Manny still does the shows with you at the geriatric facilities.
He came there. He volunteered himself his time the last time. Him and Mark Breyer, and he does. He picked up a few. He always told me, he says, I'll do it for free. He says, I picked up all these assisted living gigs because I did your place. And
You say he picked up some older women there.
Right.
He picks up all the women.
Picked up these old
But let me
bitches
tell you,
because of you.
he's a good guy. He's a good sport.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
And the people love him.
Yeah, he's got a good heart.
He went on the set. I made him headline the show we did there. He destroyed with all the old people.
Yeah.
They loved him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, he's
You
just
tell
a,
a guy's
he's
got a
just
good
a
heart.
lovable guy.
Yeah.
He's just a lovable guy.
You know, I've said it a million times. It doesn't matter. Like, the most important thing about comedy, relativity is important, and likability. And you cannot teach likability. So, you have it on stage. Mikey has
I
it.
definitely
and
have it, yeah. You have it. You have it, too.
Thank you. Thank you very much. But Manny,
you know why you have it? You know why you have it? It's because you enjoy what you're doing.
I think you know what's important, and Manny does a great job of it. Self-deprecation is key.
Yes.
When people see that you can laugh at yourself and that you're not pretentious,
Without a doubt.
they're not afraid to laugh. Right,
Without a doubt.
and Manny goes up there and he just busts on
He's an
himself.
open book, yeah.
He doesn't. There's no secrets there, and people could say what they want about Manny, but this fucking guy's been on Westbury Music Fair Theater. He's been at other big places. So good for him. And,
I told him he's
it's
going to
good
be on
karma.
one of Kevin James' movies one day.
I think that
he's a pest.
I think you
He's
know
one
what
of those guys that just pesters people so much.
I think that he will be because he has met Kevin
feel it.
James
I feel it. He
a
would
couple
be.
of times, and through Darcy and through Richie Minervini, who's the godfather of Long Island comedy, loves Manny.
Yes.
So yeah, absolutely.
He's a great guy too. Funny guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know I personally get a big kick out of when you guys do that and you throw on, you do this impersonation or Manny dresses up as Santa or whatever. it's all goodness.
Well, a lot of people tell us, I think, what was it, Scott? No, Steve Schlesinger. He always said, you guys should have a show together.
You and Manny are good chemistry.
You should. You absolutely should.
So funny.
They're gonna probably throw us out of here soon. so
Tuggy and the Maroon.
right. Tuggy and Pat Mahomes.
I don't have the time.
Tug
as much
McGraw
as
and Pat Mahomes.
Patty and the Tug.
all baseball pitches. The late
Tug
Tug McGraw.
Tug
Tug
Mahomes.
McGraw. You got to believe.
Yep.
Pat, you probably do remember when Pat Mahomes' dad, Pat Mahomes, was a Met.
Yes,
he was a
definitely.
Met
99.
pitcher. But what has happened to him? Why his son is a multimillionaire, the best football player in
Felt
the
so
country.
bad when I seen it happen to him. Right around the kid won the Super Bowl, and then he's going out to DWI. Why wouldn't he have an Uber driver?
But he's a mess. He's
Your son is the biggest football player in the world.
Maybe that's
Right.
messing him up.
Could be
Because he was the athlete. He was the star.
Right.
And now his son's outshining him.
Could
That's
very well
right.
be.
His son's 100 times better than he ever was.
Yeah.
And Pat Mahomes was a decent pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, he pitched in the bigs. He was, that's a big deal.
And the kid, they have videos of the kid being at Shea Stadium.
That's right.
Yeah.
If my son was Jackson Mahomes, though, I'd drink my fucking
Right.
face off, too. That kid sucks.
That is true.
That kid sucks.
That is very true. So yeah, I just like I said, I think that there's more meat on the bone for Pat Mahomes. I mean Pat Marone. There's more meat on the bone. We wish good things for you.
Thank you.
Tony didn't want us to have you on. We said no, we're gonna do it.
I know. It was such a. It was
I'm
such a
not sitting in mind of my own
struggle.
business.
Yeah.
I don't believe
He's
that
like,
because
not
Tony's a
mine.
Met. I don't believe that because Tony's a Met fan too. So
Yeah,
we
he
were
just
talking
doesn't-
Mets before we came.
That's
Right.
how much he doesn't like
we
you.
stick together, us Met fans.
We're all a bunch of losers. That's right.
So I don't know if I didn't prepare you. I'm gonna have to probably set up another seat. But Pat brought another buddy with him. So we're gonna introduce. Just turn Pat's camera off. For a
Actually,
second.
one of my favorite people he brought with him.
He
I
brought
think, and,
So let's see. Yeah, it doesn't. It's okay. He brought a friend with him. So who do we have? Oh my God! Holy
the
Jesus!
goat. Forget Tom Brady. The real goat. The greatest of all time.
You don't have to. No. It looks like. Is it president number? What number, Mike?
President 47.
Well, no. What's the number that he already had?
Oh, 46. Oh, no, 45. He's President
We
45.
have Donald Trump here.
President
everybody.
45th,
Good evening,
the 40
fellas. This is
the
a
45th
great
president.
honor to be on the show. I mean, you guys are terrific. We love
Thank
Hershey
you.
and the Keegs. I mean, they're the best show on TV. I mean, are they on TV yet? I mean, I don't even know if they're on TV, but they're terrific people. I mean, we love them. Even though Mike Keegan looks like Chris Christie, we still like him. I mean, he's unbelievable. We love Mike Keegan. I mean, he's great. And look at Tony Walker. Isn't he terrific, Tony Walker? We love him.
You originally tried to call him Jimmy Walker? Do you have a relationship?
Jimmy Walker, we love Jimmy Walker. He's a dear friend of mine, Jimmy
Oh,
Walker.
you know
realize? Yeah, JJ. Yes, he's a dear friend
So
of mine.
you liked the show Good Times when you
love
were
Good Times.
Yeah.
I mean, it was terrific. I love the black people.
You do love the black
I do.
people.
I love them. I love them. They're going to vote for me. They're all going to
They
vote
are
for
going
me.
to
They
vote
all-
for you. That's
they
why
all
you're the 45th and, God willing, the 47th president of the United
Now,
States.
let me ask you, when you were watching Good Times all those years, were you more attracted to the mother Florida or that aunt that used to come in? What was her name? Do you remember the aunt? Florina, I think her name was. Who did you think was...
I love Thelma. I love
Thelma,
There
that's
you
who-
go. But I love him young. I love him young. I love
Yeah.
Thelma. I love
Okay.
Thelma. She was terrific. I mean,
Yeah.
unbelievable. Look at Mike Keegan. He's got a beautiful girl. I mean, she's a Democrat. I don't know why she's going for him. And he looks like Chris Christie. I mean, I can't believe it. So Mike really nailed it. I mean, really did. He got a terrific girl. Carla's very beautiful.
How do
Almost
you
as nice
feel?
as Melania, but I mean, she's terrific.
Explain to me though, because there was one point that you were close friends with Chris Christie, and then things went amiss. How's your relationship now
Well,
with the
Chris
real Chris
Christie he's a phony. He's a phony baloney. And you know, we had an earthquake the other day.
Yeah.
They said we had an
In
earthquake.
Jersey,
It wasn't
New
an
York.
earthquake. It wasn't an earthquake.
What was it?
It was Chris Christie chasing a Mr. Softy truck.
Oh, I didn't even know that. I didn't
wasn't
know
an
that.
earthquake. I mean,
Wow.
you know, we had a lot of people that were coming to see me tonight. You know, Mario Bosco tried to get on tonight, but they bumped him because I'm here. He thought he could be on before me.
because the former president.
But he wanted to get on. He always looks to get a spot, but he didn't want to get. He thought he was going to get a spot here for tonight. But the fans, they're lined up outside down Hempstead
You should
Turnpike.
show, the media won't show you how many
They
people
closed
are
down
here.
the Verrazano Bridge. I mean, they closed everything down. I, mean,
I closed it down.
They
I
closed down the
the
LIE, Hempstead Turnpike. They closed the George Washington Bridge the correct way, not like Christie did.
How are you feeling about all these the arrests and all these fines that you've been getting? Is it throwing you off from the presidency trail at all, or not really at all?
No, it's a witch hunt. We don't care about this stuff. Stormy Daniels, nobody listens to her. She's past her prime. I mean, nobody even watched the movies. I mean, does anybody know what she's in anymore? But we got nothing to worry about. And listen, if I go to jail, they're gonna let me have house arrest. We'll have White House arrest. I'll be running the country from the White House arrest. I'll put a bracelet on. I'll be fine. But
God willing.
nothing to worry. It's a witch hunt.
Now, Stormy Daniels, I know that you had a famous line when you were talking to Billy Bush, and you referred to grabbing her by the you-know-what. Is that something that you did to Stormy Daniels? Did you grab her by the...
No, I didn't grab her by the pussy. No, I did
No,
not grab
no,
her by the
no,
I
you
did
didn't.
not.
Okay.
No. She wasn't worth it. I mean, she really wasn't. I mean, she's sloppy. She's
Sloppy?
not nice.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
she's
is
a
sloppy?
sloppy broad. I mean, she's a
Sloppy.
sloppy broad. She's
Yeah.
nothing to look at. I mean, she's terrible. I mean, this judge is going to probably slap another fine on me for talking, but she's no good. I mean, did you see her in court now? She's starting to answer all kinds of questions.
I
that
don't
she
want.
doesn't
I don't
even
want to
ask
make
for.
you violate the gag order, but why is it okay for Bill Clinton to pay $80,000 in hush money?
Well,
And,
Bill Clinton is. Listen, Bill Clinton. They run everything. I mean, they're pretty serious people. They're almost worse than the Corleones. I mean, they're very tough people. We got to watch what we say about the Clintons.
So you just called Stormy Daniels sloppy, but I know you've also referred to a famous former talk show host, Rosie O'Donnell, as sloppy. Who is more sloppy in your eyes right now?
Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, she's terrible. She has no talent. She's terrible, Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, I heard you wanted to have her on your show. Did you want to have her on
I
your show?
did. Yeah, I still do. Yeah.
But she's terrible. I mean, nobody watches her. Nobody even knows who she is anymore.
No,
She looks
She
like-
looks like Pat Marone. I mean, she looks terrible.
She looks like Pat Marone and Mike Francesa. Exactly.
who do you find funny right now? What people in the media do you enjoy, that you find funny, that you find honest? Is there anyone that you like? You don't like the Democratic people like Cooper Anderson Cooper? Who do
Neither
you like?
one of
Who do
them.
you trust? What's the guy, Hannity?
Quite frankly, I'm going to tell you who I like.
Yeah.
I like Mike Keegan. I
Oh,
think
okay.
he's terrific. I mean,
Okay.
he's one of my best spokespersons. And
Sure.
He's been voting for me for years.
Yes, he has.
He fights with people.
I
on
voted for you
Facebook.
several times.
You know
in
how many people
2016.
this man fight for? Many times he got violated and he was in Facebook jail. I mean, Mike Keegan is a true patriot.
I've been banned from theaters
True
on Long
patriot.
Island, and
Unbelievable.
Do you remember the instance where Mike Keegan was banned from Theater 3 in Port Jefferson for calling a 13-year-old girl? What was it? What was it again?
I said they were going to send her to Epstein Island.
So what are your feelings about Mike calling a 13-year-old girl saying that she was going to go to Epstein Island? How did you feel about that?
Listen, whatever Mike says, nothing could top what Mike did when he was young watching football games. I have a circle jerk. What was he doing? nothing could pass that Mike Keegan circle jerks. Mike Keegan has a lot of skeletons in his closet. We don't want to go there, but I mean, he's still a terrific person. We love him.
right.
So Keegan is on top of the list for people that you think are just great. You just love Mike Keegan.
Love anybody to support. You know who's really a big supporter of mine in the comedy way? We love Terry McNeely.
Terry
McNeely. Terry McNeely also,
is
yeah.
unbelievable.
Terry
He
McNeely,
supports
Long
me.
Island's 3 years in a row voted Long Island's favorite transgender comedian.
Yes,
Is that
he's
true?
terrific. I mean,
Terry
even though he has
McNeely.
no balls, I mean, he's still terrific. I mean,
Yeah.
the wrestlers don't like him.
Terry McNeely.
How did you get your hair? Looks divine, perfect. It looks great. How?
Isn't it terrific? Everybody thinks my hair is fake. I mean, I have a video online that shows my hairstylist. I mean, it's terrific.
Terrific. Yeah, it is terrific.
It's really good.
And another very big supporter of yours. How do you feel about Mr. Kevin Downey Jr.? How do you
Oh,
feel?
terrific comedian.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He fights with a lot of people, too. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it. You got to be a fighter in this country. If you don't fight, people are going to take advantage of you. And he's
Right.
fighting for everybody.
Now, do you think you'll get speaking of Kevin Downey, do you think you'll be getting a lot of votes from the transgender community?
The trans people love me.
They love you?
Me. Yes.
They love you, yeah?
Instead of grabbing them by the pussy, I grab them by the cock. I mean, I really do.
Okay. I got you.
It's much easier.
And how's Barron, your son? He must be around 17. Have you seen him or spoken to him at all?
He's terrific. He's going to be the president one day. He's going to be unbelievable.
Oh, he is?
He doesn't
Okay.
talk much, but he's going to be a great
But
president.
that doesn't mean that he's not smart. It means
He could be like Biden. Biden don't talk
I
much.
haven't heard a word that guy said.
Now, I heard you recently, I don't know, it was either you or Mike Keegan said that Joe Biden had the intellect of a potato. Which one was that? Was that you or Mike Keegan
I
that
think
said
that was Mike Keegan. That
might have
sounds
been
like his stuff. Mike's
Yeah.
very witty. He's terrific.
Yeah. Do you agree with that kind of cutting remark about the current president of our country?
Well, I think Joe
referring
Biden is a total moron. I mean,
Oh, okay.
unbelievable. Yes, no good.
No.
President Oatmeal Brain, as I like to call him.
Yeah, so you think potato is a fair thing to say to now chances are when you take over the White House again, which looks like it very well could happen, what kind of things do you expect that you're going to find when you're cleaning out the drawers of Joe Biden in the Oval Office and so forth? What do you think that Joe has left back there for you?
He's probably going to have some old Geritol, prune juice, a lot of prune juice he drinks. He drinks a lot of prune juice.
He
I mean,
does.
he's like, my good friend Pat Marone works in assisted living, and
Sure.
he tells me how the seniors love prunes, but
They do.
Joe Biden is fake, and you're going to see a lot. Maybe Hunter Biden, you're going to have some of his cocaine in there. I mean, I don't know
That'd
what's
be
gonna
nice.
be
Look
in
at
there.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you wouldn't be using any of the cocaine. You don't do any of that.
Don't do any drug. I never did a drug in my life.
No.
My brother drank. I never drank. I never had a drink. You believe I never had a drink?
I know your
believe it.
brother passed a few years ago. Was that you didn't seem that taken aback by it. Can you tell us what were your true feelings about your brother passing?
I love my brother.
You did?
That's all I could say. I love my brother. He was
Okay.
a terrific fella.
Yeah, he was. But he was a drinker, though.
He was a drinker, yes.
Yeah, and you never touched the stuff.
Never touch it. After I watched how slobbering drunk my brother is, I said, I don't want to look like that. You know?
Okay. And what I just was always curious. I wanted to ask you, whatever happened? There was a lot of people who apparently went to a school called Trump University, and they lost all their money and didn't get anywhere in life. Can you touch a little bit about that? Do you mind? about Trump University?
That's fake news.
Fake
That's one of the
news.
best universities.
Okay.
It's much better than it's better than Yale University.
I agree.
Trump University
Trump,
is terrific.
okay.
Yeah.
So-
and look at Columbia. Look what's going on over there.
What do you think they should be doing with those people who are protesting against the Palestinians?
I think they're terrible people.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I think they're terrible people.
Animals.
Yeah.
Animals. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, really.
Yeah.
Really.
Animals.
So you think that they should be thrown off campus, expelled,
Get
moved
rid of
along?
them. Get rid of them. They're not
Euthanized.
even
They should be
students. They're
euthanized.
paid by somebody. I'm not going to say their name. They're paid
Oh.
by somebody to go there to protest. It's not really the students.
My
Oh,
name
I
is,
see.
I'm not going to say his name. It rhymes with Schmoros.
Stay in character, please. Stay in character. This is going well. No, were you trying to insinuate that it was the Antifa was taking care of that? Is that what
I
you
don't
think?
know if it's Antifa, but I think Keegs
Yeah.
nailed it on the head. I mean, really, I think it is him.
Is it true that when you were a little boy you had an Antifa? Is that true?
I had a little ant,
Yeah, you
but it
did.
wasn't a Tifa.
No.
But I didn't even know what a Tifa is. It's not like a Kofefi. I mean,
No.
we had Kofefi.
How about Queen Latifah? Did you
Queen
like her?
Latifah, we love Queen Latifah.
we
I
do
love,
love
big
her.
black women. I love them.
Yeah, you do. Did they love you? Did they love you?
They love me.
Yeah.
They love my golden locks. They really
Yeah.
do.
Do you think if you wind up getting back into office that you will finish building the wall that you had talked a lot about? It didn't really come to pass, but what do you think is going to happen with the wall in this next?
We're going to build the biggest wall you ever want to see.
big wall. Okay.
Unbelievable wall. We're
Yeah.
going to build a big wall.
Okay.
It's going to be the biggest wall, and not only is Mexico going to pay for it, Biden's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Biden pay for it personally because he ruined everything by closing the border. I mean, he's ruining the country. I mean, come on, we're gonna have to build a bigger wall.
So it's gonna happen this next.
Funded by the big guy.
It's going to happen. Okay. I'm just curious. Why do you think that with all of the possible politicians that we can have running for president, we're going to have an 80-year-old man in Biden and you're in your late 70s? Why do you think that there's no younger people that this country could potentially support as a presidential candidate?
Well, it's a tough job, and I don't think not too many people can handle it. I mean, only smart people like myself can take care of it. I mean, I'm the best candidate. I mean, nobody else is better than me.
Right.
Everybody's a phony baloney. I mean, we want to get rid of all these people.
Right.
I mean, look at Mitt Romney. I mean, he was horrible. He's a traitor. He's like a stool pigeon. He turned his back. And look at that guy who was over there in Ohio. I mean, he was another traitor.
Buttigieg.
And,
Pete Buttigieg. He was a young guy.
He was a
No,
young...
not Buttigieg. No, the other guy. He was running against me.
Who was the guy who was running against him, Mike?
In Ohio?
Tony?
Well, anyway, forget about him.
Not Ron Paul, is that his name?
No, it wasn't Ron Paul. You guys are all morons. But anyway, listen, it's a tough position. It's tough. We got to have smart people in here. We not have smart people. The schools are not teaching these kids the right way.
They're indoctrinating them.
Yeah.
That's right. They're indoctrinating. And then with the COVID, the China virus, I mean, that ruined everything.
So you think you still are going with the fact that it's from China?
It's
That's what
from
you still-
China. Yes,
yeah.
it's from China.
And your relationship with Fauci nowadays? What is your relationship with Fauci?
There is no relationship.
No, nothing. You have no respect for him. You never did.
No respect. I didn't like him. He's phony.
Yeah.
And everything that comes out of his mouth is fake news.
And as far as your relationship with the guy who was your vice president for 4 years, it sounds like you hit the skids with him.
Pence, yeah, I couldn't even remember his name. You know, I'm almost 80 years old. I couldn't remember
Yeah.
his name. Mike Pence, yeah, he's no good no more.
No
He turned
good?
his back on
Okay.
me. He's like Joe Valachi. I mean, he turned his back on me.
And right now, I don't think you've come out and said definitively who you want to be your vice presidential candidate. But are you thinking of people like a Mike Keegan or a Terry McNeely or a Kevin Downey Jr.?
I think I like to have Mike Keegan and
like to
Terry
throw
McNeely.
my hat-
I'd have to
throw
have
my hat in the ring.
co-vice president. I want to try
Co-vice
something new.
presidents.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
In case
Well,
something happens to me, they can take care of
See,
it.
the guy's a thinker.
I have to tell you, we know how busy you are. We know you're on the presidential trail, and we can't thank you enough for being here tonight, Mr. President.
Thank you, everybody.
And
Thank
best
you,
of luck
thank
to you,
you.
okay?
Thank you.
Future
Yeah.
47th president of the United States.
Very good.
Donald John Trump.
Bring Pat back in here if you can. Wow, that was nice of you to bring your buddy in here, Pat.
Oh, that guy's a nut, ain't he?
He
Yeah,
is
I like him,
crazy. He is crazy. Really, very well done. Very well done. Good.
You guys are going to be kicked off the air for that.
Probably, yeah. Well, you know what? Actually,
You know,
if
it's
you're gonna-
only for acting purposes. Look at I still got the wig on.
It's perfect. Let's hit delay. If we're going to get kicked off, the one thing we have to mention, because we love her very much. Very important to us. Mikey's mom, Diane, was under the weather this week.
Ooh,
I don't want to forget talking about that. So can you touch on that?
A little bit of a health scare, Diane. Luckily, she's doing well now. She was in the hospital Saturday.
Oh, I didn't.
Just got out yesterday.
Everything's okay.
Everything was okay. She had the AFib. She had a little AFib, a little
heart beat off a little bit.
A little flutter.
Okay, yeah.
They put her on Eliquis?
Yeah, she's on the Eliquis now.
Mm-hmm.
So I get a text message on Saturday. I'm doing a show with our friend Kevin Downey Jr.
You're in Jersey?
I was out east with Downey and Joe Curry.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And we're having a great show.
Plankfoot.
Plankfoot. And I get a text from Juliana. They were watching Juliana, my little stepdaughter.
Yeah.
I get a text from Juliana.
Beautiful child.
As I'm doing my show.
Yeah.
Hey, where is it here? I should have probably had it up. Here we go.
Well, why would you be prepared for the first time in 2.5 years?
I get a text, 9:13 p.m. Dad, Diane said she can't breathe. I'm like, oh, Jesus, what's going on? And then I get a text, I'm panicking. What do I do? I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. Now I think this is my mother texting me.
Who's texting you?
First, it was Juliana saying, Dad, Diane can't breathe.
Yeah.
And then I think my mom's texting me, I'm panicking. What do I do? I feel like I'm having a heart attack. That was Juliana. Because they called an ambulance to come to the house. So Juliana's texting me, I'm panicking, I don't know what to do. I think I'm having a heart attack. I'm freaking out. I think it's my mother. I said, okay, don't worry, we're on our way. And Juliana just writes, okay, can we get Mickey D's?
So this is when it first.
This is
was
as
on.
it's happening.
Oh,
this is as the ambulance is
okay.
on the way to the house. This little 9-year-old girl is.
So was she saying that she was panicking because grandma was?
Because my grandma Diane is not able to breathe, and there's an ambulance on the way.
Does AFib cause a breathing issue?
It give you a stroke.
It
can cause a stroke. So you get trouble breathing. She was lightheaded. Chest was beating.
So did you do your spot or you?
I just finished the show, so we were just actually walking out as I get the text message from Juliana.
So you met them where, in the hospital?
I drove. I drove to East Meadow from where I was out east, an hour away. Okay. Picked up my dad. My mom took an ambulance to the hospital. Okay. Went to the hospital and was there till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
And where was Juliana at the time?
So Juliana, funny enough, as me and Carla were an hour away, so we knew the closest person to my house is Kathy Arnold, lives right by me.
That's good.
So Kathy came over and she sat in Kathy's car while the ambulance picked up my mom. And
my God in heaven!
I get there and Juliana's like, she's like, look, I stole a blanket from the fire department. Can we go get McDonald's? Like that's all she was concerned about.
She just wanted McDonald's.
She's because right after she's like, I'm panicking, I'm having a heart attack, Juliana. And then I go, we're on our way. She goes, all right, can we get Mickey D's?
Where was your dad?
He was at home also, so he called the ambulance. And
so is this?
So that's when she was there Saturday. So she's all right.
So yeah, she was.
Did she have to get an ablation or something?
I don't know if she got an ablation. I think he was a Pakistani.
No, not Asian.
Oh.
No, but they sometimes when people get AFib, they have to do ablation. So she doesn't have to take the Eliquis. They can do an ablation.
Yeah, they're talking about that she has to see the cardiologist.
Is this the first time that something like this has happened?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it was scary. She didn't really know what was going on.
Oh, thank God. Well,
but
we love.
I think you meant a black Asian ablation. No. But no. So yeah, they're going over that now. She just got home yesterday at late afternoon. I get home and she's fucking pulling weeds in the backyard. I'm like, you out of your mind? She went to work today.
Oh my God!
What hospital is she?
Winthrop. She was at Winthrop.
Okay, that's a good hospital.
Jeez Louise. Yeah. Well, thank God she's
I remember
okay.
when my mother had a stroke. I took her to St. Francis. I drove to St. Francis.
Yeah.
My God,
it's scary. But Juliana's like, at one point, my mom's like on the stretcher. She's like, "Where's Juliana?" And the EMT's like, "Oh, she's over hanging out with the crew." Like she just like has to know everything. She's funny. She's
she commented, "No ablation yet," she said.
Okay,
thank God she's okay. She means a lot to us on the show.
What I'm trying to say, there is hope for that. My friend's father had my good friend, he had it, and
Ralphie,
the girl I work with. No, my friend Joey. I used to work for his restaurant, but the girl I work with, her husband just had an ablation. He had a AFib and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's the
But my friend Joey had the AFib, so he doesn't have to take the Eliquis anymore, because then you got to take that Eliquis. My mother's on Eliquis now. Yeah. You got to make sure you don't miss it. And stuff like
exactly.
That. Well, we send our love. Thank God.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
I got a scare. I was on your Facebook today again. It's funny. I'm to a point now where I don't even ask Mike. I just go on and I post things from his page, because I know if I ask you, you'll never do it, or it'll take you a year. And again, I fall victim. I must have logged on to Mike's page when he was in the middle of a Facebook chat with somebody. You were talking, I think it was a comedian, Sean Morton. Is that what it
Oh,
was?
Sean Morton. Yeah, I love Sean Morton.
And so I see a pop up. I'm like, oh god damn. And then I'm reading, and he's like, I don't know if you wrote it or he wrote it, but the first thing I see is, you mean going up the Hershey Highway? And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, can I just post a goddamn link? Can I just post
Can I just get it here for 1 minute of normalcy?
Of course, I see something with my name related, so I have to look to see what it is. And you're
Well,
like,
the thing is, this weekend we're in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We're doing a show in Hershey, Pennsylvania.
Sure.
Sean's a good friend of mine. He's a great comic, and he goes, while you're there, you got to go to this place called Finucci's. It's a great restaurant in Hershey.
okay.
And I'm like, oh, is it right off the Hershey Highway?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. And I'm like, is this fucking guy talking about me? Like, I couldn't believe it. But I was actually up in that. I was in Pennsylvania, in Lancaster, for the past 3 days with Max for a tournament, and I wanted to call you guys. We were driving.
Thank God you didn't.
We not that you would have fucking answered, God forbid. But get a load of this. We're driving. We're probably about 180 miles deep into Pennsylvania, and I look up and I see a sign that says Buc-ee's. And hold on a second. Hold on. And it says Buc-ee's, and then it says how many miles away it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's, 556 miles away. So that just speaks of what magnitude that Buc-ee's must really be.
You ever
like,
been to a Buc-ee's, Pat?
No.
So
like
Buc-ee's, I never heard of a Buc-ee's, and then maybe Mike didn't either, but one of the listeners for Tony's show, a friend or whatever, a couple of years ago or last year, sent these Bucky the Beaver shaped chocolates that were rammed with peanut butter, the most amount of peanut butter and chocolate you've ever seen.
Thing was this thick.
And he gave them
It's
to
like a
us,
hockey puck.
and we ate them on the air, and it was unbelievable. And then we found out
didn't
later
die?
on that no, it's just
I had AFib after I ate it.
that's right. It's exactly.
Totally worth it.
It's made out of AFib. It's actually made out of it. But he, so we go to find out that Buc-ee's is this basically a destination where you can go food shopping, clothes shopping, you can eat lunch, dinner. I mean, it's
like a Wawa mega store.
Like a glorified.
Oh, wow, really?
Wawa.
it's
Yeah,
unbelievable, yeah. And then friends of mine were down in Florida.
500 and something miles. That's a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, so that when I saw it, I'm like, oh my God, there's a Buc-ee's. And then it turns out that when I looked it up, it was in South Carolina, the one I was looking for. But friends of mine came home from Florida last year, and they brought me a life-size Buc-ee's Christmas lawn ornament they got from Buc-ee's. So I was so excited to see Buc-ee's, but it was 500.
You didn't go?
We didn't go the 556 miles.
I had Mark White from the Spin Doctors. Remember the Spin Doctors?
Oh, yeah.
The bass player, the black guy.
Yeah.
He's a friend of mine, so he's been on the show a few times. So I had him on the phone last week during the show. And
What time is it?
Yeah, exactly.
1:30,
Yeah. Little Miss Can't Be Wrong, Two
Yeah.
Princes. This guy's made a living off that damn song.
Yeah.
I love it.
So we were on the phone with him last week for the show, and he just happened to mention, oh, yeah, I went to Buc-ee's to pick up some chicken. I was like, wait, what? Buc-ee's?
Wow.
And, yeah, we went to that was a softball.
Yeah. And I do have to make a confession, by the way, and it's been eating at me, and I really do feel badly, but there's no
You're gonna
reason.
do it now.
There was no reason why. There's no reason why I have to tell this to Mike right now, because you would never find out in a million years. But so we went on a basketball trip. It was Max and his teammates and parents, and we were in a hotel and having a couple of drinks. And you know how I sent out a text message at around 9:00 to the parents, like, "Hey, I'm in the lobby if everyone wants to hang out." And Max, of course, wrote no, like he was on the link, and he thought no one would come out. And then 15 minutes later, everyone was in the lobby.
Really?
And you know me, I'm holding court.
Yeah, you're the
doing
straw
my
that stirs
thing.
the drink. He's like
And
Reggie Jackson,
so-
77.
So we're we're down. We're in the lobby, and I'm just doing my thing, and we happen to be in a part of Pennsylvania that, like, we're in the boondocks, we're in the sticks. You know what I mean? And we're kind of making some fun of people and people in the neighborhood, whatever. And I throw out the line, these people think corn dogs are vegetables. and obviously that's a line of Mikey's set, a line that Mikey tells on stage.
Yeah.
And I didn't let anybody know that it
Yeah,
was
did it kill?
a total. Oh, it fucking. I mean, please, I could have been fellatioed. It was so good.
He just ate a regular stick of butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Oh, can you imagine that? Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
man.
Yeah.
Do my whole West Virginia bit down there?
Yeah. I'm the skinny guy in the Hampton Hotel.
Carrying you out like
Yeah. So
wow, he really is a comedian.
So it killed, and then I was heroic, and then the rest of the weekend I just felt terrible. I totally fucking used your line. So I had to be honest about it.
Not to change the subject, but I will a little bit. How'd your son enjoy the game that day you took him?
Which game? The
when
Met
you saw
game?
me in the Met game.
So Max loves. I saw Pat at the Gooden retirement ceremony, and I went because I wanted Max to experience that. Max's thing going to ball games. He loves having player experiences. He likes getting balls signed. So he's not a Met fan. So he, once the Gooden thing was over and once he got a foul ball, he didn't give a shit after that. But it was also kind of rainy at the beginning.
But it was funny when you said to me, I'm going to watch batting practice. And I'm like, what batting practice?
Right. We got there 2.5 hours earlier and there was no batting practice.
I got there last Thursday and there was no batting practice. I don't think they show batting practice.
I don't know what the hell's going on.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember years ago at Shea, I used to get there at 5. They let us in 5:30. I used to be able to. I used to go into the Diamond Club.
Yeah.
Without having tickets.
Oh yeah,
because I knew people in there.
Yeah.
I got to know them, so I called up. I said, "Yeah, Marone party at 2." My seat buddy went, "Oh, Mr. Marone, I don't have Diamond Club." I went to 30 games in 2000. I said Diamond Club every night, and I used to watch batting practice from the window of the Mets. You used to be able to watch the Mets, and then the other team come out, and you walk around. You can watch.
Yeah, it's very
now
hit
you
and
can't
miss.
see it no more.
I used to love it. I'd stand in the outfield while they're shagging fly balls.
Yeah, we were there that game. The M&M.
Exactly.
Manny was mauling people trying to catch the.
Yeah.
No, that was that guy Mathis. The
Johnny Mathis.
Cop.
Johnny Mathis.
The retired
Chances
cop. We went on a trip. I don't think LaRocque was. Santa was there.
Santa was definitely there.
Tugboat was mauling him.
That's right.
The Rangers are an OT.
Really?
All right.
Yep.
Well, we're going to wrap up. We hit an hour. We like to keep it nice and tight. Hey, Pat, we can't thank you enough. Not a lot of notice. And even though we thought you were Pat Mahomes, it didn't matter. You did a great job today. You're a great person. We love you very much. And thank you.
The same about you guys
thank
too.
you for being part of the family. We know you watch our show, and we know that you
I
you're
have
a
no
fan.
life.
Yeah, well, that's fine too. So, all right, as we do every single week, Pat, is there anything upcoming you want to promote? Anything at all you want to talk about before we go?
I don't think so. No. Not really.
How about Pat Marone?
We
on
have a
TikTok?
show together, me and Mike.
How about Pat
That's
Marone
right,
on
we're doing-
TikTok?
we are
Pat
doing
Marone
a
on
show
Instagram.
together.
We're doing a show. I think May 18th. We're doing a show.
Yes.
together.
What's Pat Marone's TikTok handle?
I don't even know. I think it's at Chef Pat Marone. I don't even know what.
All
it is.
right.
Yeah.
Good, very
But
good
you know
promotion.
what? You can go to patmarone.com and it has all my.
There you go. There you go.
attachments.
Very good.
It has a link tree. You can go to everything on there.
PatMarones.com. Go ahead.
Not Mahomes, Marone.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Governor.
Oh, thank you very much. I will be this weekend on Friday night. I will be in Yonkers, New York, at the
Moriarty's,
Moriarty's
yeah.
on McLean Street, McLean
Let
Avenue.
me guess, Peter Hirsch.
No Peter Hirsch this
Oh,
time,
okay.
actually. Yeah,
Very good. Okay.
But I will be. John Moses is going to be headlining. It'll be
Okay.
a fun show. Saturday night, I will be at the Laughing Stock Comedy Club in Grantville, Pennsylvania.
Yes, you will.
And make sure you get your tickets for June 21st at the Brokerage Comedy Club.
govs.com.
That's
Get
right.
those
They're
tickets.
available now. They're going quick, so get them as soon as possible.
Anthony One Leg Walker, what do you have going on?
September 28th in the Giggle Room. It's a night of Triple X trivia. It's going to be a
That
fun
didn't
game
happen
show
yet?
night. What?
That
It's not
didn't
until
happen yet?
September. I'll be pushing this every week until September.
Every week people are going, he's still fucking talking about this goddamn
started
show
talking
already.
You know, he has such a great radio voice.
He really does.
He's terrific. Thank you very
Boomy is a
much.
great timber.
He's terrific on the radio. He's a terrific producer. He's not Sally. Oh, by the way,
Is Sally your wife?
Not anymore.
Hold on a second.
She was here the last time. Was here. Very nice woman.
Yeah,
She
well,
is. She's great.
Tony
Yeah,
fucked that up, but I will tell you, by the way, that last week we were talking about Sally, and it was her birthday, and we were kind of waxing poetic, and at some point Tony had said, just so you know, she didn't like when you called her Silly Sally. So you know damn well the next day I'm texting Sally
You're
like,
obsessed over it.
I'm so sorry. Like, she's like, listen, I didn't like it, but you enjoyed it so much that I couldn't have the heart to tell you. Just showed you what
that's the truth. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to tell me
type
that.
person
Yeah.
she
again showing you what a better person she is than you. So yeah,
You know how much
and
shit
she
I
used to-
don't tell you that I hate about you?
Hey, listen.
Exactly.
She used to call you Hershey Highway.
That's it. That's right. Tony's has a year and a half of things that he's boiled up that he can't handle. That's right. Fair enough, Tony. Et tu, Brute. Fair enough.
Yeah, right.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Pat Mahomes, Pat Marone, Donald Trump, Mike Keegan, Tony Walker. We ask you that you share the show, like the show, do everything else. And as always, we love you guys. Keep supporting us. Have a good night.
Thank you. Have a good